Hi, thank you so much for the question. So the question is 8E, third cluster, number 4. It says the Smiths spend 8% of their budget on entertainment. Their total budget this year is $1,000 more than last year. And this year they plan to spend $3,680 on entertainment. What was their total budget last year? So I start off with the first information. It says that they spend 8% of their budget on entertainment. Entertainment. Okay, so 8% of their budget. And then this year, they spent $1,000 more than last year. So this year is going to be last year's plus $1,000. Okay, so remember that every time it says more than, the 1,000 goes after whatever they spent last year. And this year they spent a total of $3,680. Okay, so if I want to leave the last year's budget, if I want to find out last year's budget, well, I do the inverse of adding 1,000, so I subtract 1,000 from both sides, okay, of the equation. So subtract 1,000. So remember, I'm subtracting, so I do the long line for subtraction. And so now I'm going to be left with last year's budget alone, and then 1,000 minus 1,000 is 0, and then last year's budget is going to be 2,680. Now, this it says that was 8% of last year's budget. So that is 8% of last year's budgets. 8% is 0.08, 800ths. We don't know what the budget for last year was, so we just put B equals, that is the how much did they spend on last year's entertainment? 2,680. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I want to leave the B alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 800. So whatever I do to one side, I got to do to the other side. And so remember, I'm dividing, so I got to put the fraction bar because I'm dividing. So it's going to be, now 800 divided by 800 is 1, times B is just B, equals 2,680 divided by 800 is going to be 33,500. Okay, so once you put it in there, it's going to be, oops, you can't. So now I put it right there. It is 33,500.